This should be fun between Hennigan, a pair of Mars race cars built by Jimmy and Chris Mars of Menominee, Wisconsin. It'll be the two drivers who have won here already this season. It'll take over the first two spots off of down the back straightaway with Plaisant in tow, and the caution is out. Technically the second now after a caution, but re-racked and stacked 8 laps. Here we go. Hennigan on the loud pedal off of 4 and 16. Here we go. Good start for Kyle Plaisant, and a good start that time for your outside pole sitter Keith Meek in 22. Oh, and Tim Boudreau crunched up the left rear quarter for the 6X of Plaisant. Not the start that he was looking for. He shoots to the inside of the 22, trying to take a peek. Thought better of it in the 3. He holds on the third off of 4. Hennigan will lead lap number 1 and 16. Hennigan leads lap number 1 and 16, heading down the front boulevard, rolling right to the center of the LoneStar Speedway tonight. If he can win this heat, boy, he'd be on the pole. And like I said, it's an uphill battle for all of his competitors if they want to have a chance to win the grand tonight. And Plaisant just drove the 6X Mars race car, Hatfield-powered entry deep into 3 and 4. Randall Settle, a driver that he's raced a lot with down there at Sabine or Manny. And Randall Settle's got several wins before Sabine shut down this year, the 79. He's working. That's a great battle for second. Meek holding on to the second spot. Plaisant to his inside right there through 3 and 4 and off of 4. Plaisant putting the pressure on Meek, but he can't get the job done. Winnigan Hennigan with about a 5-6 car length advantage. He's at the Day Motorsports side, midpoint of the back straightaway, and he's approaching 3 and 16. Plaisant, like I said, the left rear quarter got crunched in early in the going in this one and hasn't been able to pick up that second spot from the 22M of your outside pole sitter Meek. Meek still occupies second comfortably. Plaisant not pressuring too hard right now. Meek doing a nice job here. Doesn't race here very much in Kilgore. But the battle for second is still a good one. Plaisant drove it in deep. Once again, they're door-to-door over third. Settle takes a peek to his inside. He will not settle for fourth. That's for sure. Tim Boudreau back there minding his own business in the 5th spot. Boudreau, a good shoe out of Cleveland, Texas. This time by off of turn number 4, it'll be a face full of white flag from 2 to go. For the veteran flagman David Corbello. It's Winnigan, Chris Hennigan. The Marshall Texan Winnigan Hennigan has sized his lead to about a half a straightaway advantage, approaching a near whole straight now. He's got 3 wins here this year, 1 here 2 times a season ago. Hennigan never really raced much here in Lone Star over the years, and this track was a half mile, but since it's been down to a 3/8, he's had some very good success here over the last few years. And on the back straightaway for the final time, the battle is for third. Settle will go to the inside. He puts the heat all over. Kyle Plaisant in the 3 and 4. Double checkers out for Winnigan. Chris Hennigan from Marshall, Texas, off of 4. Drag racing to the line. Meek's going to get second. Kyle Plaisant grabs third over Randall. Settle in 4th in the 79. Milton Jr. on the pole. Outside will be the 14Z of the Z-Man, Zach McMillan out of Gladewater, Texas, and the P&W Sales Used Chassis 14Z. And the Rollo's Luminato GRT Chassis. Hennigan Motorsports 22. It'll be Rollo Pilkington from Marshall. Max Eddie Thomas, the winningest mod driver from a year ago in 57T and won our most recent event. Racing Jason Ingalls, Wes Armstrong, and Chave Chartier in 87C. The lights are out. We go green. Wide for the race lead off the exit of turn number 2. The 161 of Billy Melton did not get the start that he was looking for. And jumping to the race lead is the used chassis 14 of Zach McMillan, who has never won in an open wheel modified. Started off his race career back in 2012. Won the P&W Sales Southern Non-Professional Racing Series Rookie of the Year title. 3 wide for the race lead. And they're door-to-door. Max Eddie takes over the top spot. The Quinlan takes and put the heat all over Zach. Zach had nothing for him. And he'll try to fight off the challenge now with a slide job thrown by Pilkington on the 4th spot for Billy Melton. That was nice. More so of a textbook pass by Pilkington into 1. His crosshairs are down to the Marshall Texan now, the 5 of Wes Armstrong. Armstrong's down the back straightaway into turn number 3, looking to hunt down McMillan. And here comes Pilkington. 4 different chassis brains occupy your top 4 right now. Showing smoke is Armstrong. Hold on to it, Wes. Wes having some bad luck showing here. Wes Armstrong, a solid performance at this year's 10,000 win Doug Murphy Memorial at Arklatex, and he is up in smoke in the 3. You hate to see that for Wes Armstrong, who works very hard at his racing. And boy, he hadn't had much luck over the last several years, but he did have a great showing at the Doug Murphy Memorial earlier this year in Vivian. And he'll limp the car down the front straightaway and try to get it to the pit area, and he will make it. Just barely, as Max Eddie Thomas and the Jason Trotman Enterprises 57T leads the way by a whole straightaway over the battle in second. Gladewater, Texas racer Zach McMillan holding off the Marshall Texan Ronald Pilkington, but the battle is heating up into turn number 3. They're door-to-door off of turn number 4. Pilkington used to the inside of the racetrack with 2 to go. Who can score it? 2 to go for 22 to get over to second. McMillan says no. Turns down the challenge once again, and Max Eddy is blistering this field in heat number 2. Taking him to the woodshed like Hennigan did in heat race number 1, but he has a healthy advantage as he has already hit the midpoint of the back straightaway. Final time into 3 and 4 off of 4. Quinlan, Texas racer Max Eddy Thomas will win heat race number 2 tonight, presented by Day Motorsports, your official circle track warehouse of Lone Star. The battle for second coming to the line. It'll go to the Gladewater Texan Zach McMillan. What a good run for him to hold off the Marshall, Texas racer Ronald Pilkington, who grabs third. Frazier from Houghton, Louisiana, driving the Marshall Mobile Homes Richie Thompson Motorsports Mars Race Car 57T. Can Mars race cars win all 3 heats tonight? Nope. Outside, it'll be the A1 of Phil Dixon out of Crosby. Inside of 2, it'll be Justin Ingles from Longview in 52. Outside, Denny Gabar from Frankston, Texas at 8. Chase Hatton at Abeberry, and Larry No Fears at 11. Larry Fears, your Open Wheel Modified winner last Saturday night at the Rose Bowl Speedway. And Justin Ingles got in hot and heavy into 1 and slammed the door shut on Brett Frazier. Brett Frazier goes to the tail for that one. Justin Ingles gets the good luck biscuit on that one. As the Jet Brett Frazier had to go to the tail, but he was the only car stopped when the caution came out. Original restart or not, he was the only car stopped. It's a tough break for him. He's already passed Larry Fears, though. He's up to 5th. Phil Dixon, the fast one out of Crosby, Texas, your race leader in A1. Down the back straightaway in the turn number 3, the A1 of Phil Dixon. So I'll put some steak sauce for the race lead. Off of 4, Justin Ingles pushes high, wide, and handsome. Opens up the door for the 8 to the inside, and he's got it. Denny Gabar from Frankston moves to the inside to go to second. The $10,000 winner of the inaugural Armadillo Nationals here. Stephen Whitaker Jr., of course, finished second to him. That was back in 2013. Off of turn number 4 down the front boulevard, it's the Crosby Texan, the fast one, Phil Dixon. Many wins in his career down in South Texas, the Houston area. Oh, Justin Ingles, 52 IRP is not working good tonight. Here comes Hatton, the DeBerry Texan. Smelt blood in the water. He takes advantage, and Ingles, that car is just pushing, and it's hurt. It may be hurt from the damage from the early going, getting into Brett Frazier. Frazier says, well, I'll go back by, and he goes back to 4th. Frazier would have loved to hold on from the front row in this one, though. I don't believe he could have done it. Never counted out Brett Frazier from a pole bit ever in my life. Off of 4 down the front straightaway. Winding on the laps, the center of the hourglass is running out for the Frankston Texan, Denny Gabar. Gabar off of 2. Down the back straightaway, the cross. Here's the dial to the back of the fast one. Phil Dixon. Dixon slams his A1 to the bottom of the LoneStar Speedway, drifts up high off of 4, smashes the loud pedal with 2 to go. White flag coming out this time for Phil Dixon. Fast Phil into 3 for the final time. Your top 4 all pretty well in hand, separated by about the same distance. Frazier drove it in deep to put pressure on Hatton, but he won't get the job done. The fast one, Phil Dixon out of Crosby, Texas, wins heat race number 3 in A1, followed by the Frankston, Texas racer in 8, Denny Gabar. DeBerry, Texas racer to the 211, Chase Hatton grabs 3rd. Factory stock, heat race number 1. On the loud pedal, your pole sitter out of Henderson, Texas, Clayton Coslow. He's on it into 1. Door to door. They're 2 by 2 by 2. The field door to door all the way, just like the way they started. A great start here in factory stock. Heat race number 1. Shooting out of a rifle down the back straightaway for the race leader in the turn number 3, the 55 of Crowston. Puts it to the inside of Coslow off of 4. Leading lap number 1 will go to Coslow as they try to go 3 wide off of 4. Here comes Derek Lewis at 98. Lewis at 98 drove the car deep and plants the car up on the high side cushion off the exit of turn number 2. Jimmy Day in tow at 23M out of Greenville, Texas. He'll shoot out of a rifle to the outside of Gajewski into 3. Door to door for second. About to put the heat all over Coslow for the race lead. Door to door for second off of turn number 4. Down the front straight. Here we go here in Kilgore. It's heating up. Crowston, as Lewis bobbled, got up in the marbles, all up in the loose stuff. Jumped the cushion just a little bit. And here comes Jimmy Day. They're about to make this racetrack very, very wide. And off of 2, the C4 smoked the wall. Didn't like that feel too much. Krausen's there, trying to put the heat all over Clayton Koslow, and Derek Lewis just lost the handle. And look out, hold on to it, Derek. TJ Evans tries to take advantage and go by. He will not be able to do so. So Lewis continues to hold on to the 5th spot off of 4. Koslow continues to be your leader, though, in the 99X. This dog formerly driven by Moondog, Dawn Grindle. Kirsten knocking on the back door like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth here on Halloween. They're going over the race lead. Down the back straightaway, Kirsten at 55. The 99X are about to go 3 different lanes wide of the race lead. Jimmy Day out of Greenville, Texas right there. He smells blood in the water as these two are getting together, and Day to the inside. Can't get the job done, but he'll go to second. Koslow from first to third. Off the exit of corner number 4, and he's got problems. May have a tire down on the 99X. By the way, the car seemingly pushed there in the 1 and 2, but he seems to be okay. Did a phenomenal job holding on to the top spot for the majority of this one, but the center of the hourglass ticked away for him. As 2 to go this time by, does Jimmy Day have something for Crowston? Jimmy Day, he's there. For the race lead off the exit of turn number 2, headed down the back straightaway. Real lap traffic will become a reality in this one. Crowston doing a good job holding his line right there on the bottom. Day playing a little conservative right now. He'll smash on the lap pedal off of 4 and put the heat all over him. Down the front straightaway, lap traffic will become a reality on the final lap. Crowston drove it in deep, slid up the racetrack, opened up the door for Day to get to the inside. What are they going to do here? Look out, Billy. Crowston to the inside of the lap traffic. That's going to bottle him up. They will not be able to make a dive bomb move, but Crowston pushed up high, wide, and handsome, but the double checkers coming out from David Corbello, your flagman, the 55. Billy Crowston wins an exciting opening heat of the night for the factory stocks, followed by the Greenville, Texas racer in the Ratchet Chassis 23M of Jimmy Day. Clayton Koslow holds on to grab third. 9 cars, 8 laps. The hammer's dropped. We go green here at Lone Star. Holt gets the whole shot into 1. And we'll call that start back. Not going to work. Going green here with the Caddo Mills Texan. Bo Day and Justin Holt on the front row. Here we go. And throwing the elbow into 1 and 2. Bo Day got into the 31 of Holt ever so slightly there. And shooting to the inside. And it looked like Nicholas Kirby to the inside of Justin Holt. Holt going to use that outside line of the advantage. The momentum, hopefully it is advantage. It does not work, though. The 1T of Richard Tubbs occupies second. So Justin Holt doesn't get the equal or the start that he was looking for in the second, or in this new original restart. As Jimmy Day, like I said, Pops finished second in heat number 1 of the factory stocks. Billy Crowston won it. As he finds his son driving the Ratchet Chassis, best engine performance power number 4 of Bo Day from Caddo Mills, Texas, leading here, but here he comes. Richard Tubbs has got a bad, fast hot rod tonight. Tubbs trying to knock on the door for the race lead in the 3. Day feels the pressure. Bo Day feeling the pressure for the race lead in the form of the 1T of Richard Tubbs. Tubbs doing a great job here tonight. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3. It's this time by, it'll be 5 scored with 3 laps to go here in factory stock. Heat race number 2 of the night here at Lone Star. Down the front straightaway, it's all Bo Day leading the way since the jump of the green, and around goes one in front of him. Look out. It's Bates, Alex Bates. And the 14 loops it back on the racetrack. No harm, no foul. We stay clean as we stay green. 2 to go. This time by for Bo Day from Caddo Mills, Texas. And around goes Bates here at the exit of 4, but back on the lap pedal, we stay clean and green. This time off of 4, you'll see the white flag out. That'll be Bo Day, your leader. Second is still the 1RT of Richard Tubbs. Third is the 31 of the BFK, Justin Holt. Fourth is the 17X of Jeff Bates. Wait, Alex Bates is actually driving the 17XB tonight. My mistake, sorry folks. Don't have a number on the 14 out here that's lost the car a few times and nearly got into the second place car there on the final lap. Coming to the checkers. Your winner goes to the Caddo Mills Texan. Driving the Ratchet Chassis number 4 of Bo Day. Second, Goes to Richard Tubbs. Third goes to Justin Holt. The 35B, Roy Performance powered Mafia chassis for Jacob Starr in the 31S. Inside the 3, outside the 29G of Matt Graham. Alan Lindo from Hallsville on the 136. Pork Chop Kenneth Chamberlain and the Soapy King number 70 panel truss entry. The winningest driver at Lone Star. The last 2 years smashes on the lap pedal from outside of row number 4. T-Ray Burkett. Keep your eyes on the 333. Chop's already trying to pick up some spots. It'll be fun to watch him in the 70. Let's see if he can work his way to the front. Said, I'd like to draw a new number, a better number, but you get what you get. And through 3 and 4, he's going to go high side hustling and go to the outside of Cundiff off of 4. And on the front straightaway, he'll get that spot over Cundiff. And slamming the door shuts that green 29G of Matt Graham. A little bit of a bobble there by Chop. Thrifty Nichols in third, the battle for the race lead. Jimmy Baldy with the top spot right now. Walt Adams doing a great job here. Walt Adams in 71S to the inside. It's a good-looking race car for Adams. Walt trying to keep that car as straight as possible. He'll get a big run off the exit of turn 2. They're side-by-side down the back straight for the race lead. Third and final factory stock heat race of the night. 8 laps in distance. Still Dordor over the race lead. Scotty Thrifty Nichols occupies third still. Dordor over 4th. Here comes Chop. Pork Chop Chamberlain. Trying to throw some seasoning up here on the 4th spot. They keep battling Dordor for the top spot. It's going to let these competitors in tow reel them in. Cundiff is off the pace. Here comes Nichols with a big bobble by Baldy. Baldy. Baldy bottling the field up. Man, just the 35 of Holt. I'm sorry, 35 of Nichols just got the clearance that he was looking for that last time. 3 and 4. Look at this battle. Throw a blanket over 3rd through 6th. Here comes T-Ray. T-Ray Burkett in the 333 is going to pull me alongside the 70 of Chop. Chop goes back to his inside. Chop Chamberlain in the 333. That's the best battle of the racetrack, is when Baldy bobbled 2 laps ago. It bottled up the competitor's second back to the 6th spot to the 70 of Chamberlain. This time it'll be 2 laps to go for the 71S of Walt Adams, who is now marching the dog and walking the dog on the field. Looking to start inside of row number 2 on the bumper of Jimmy Dagan, the A-main for the factory stocks here tonight. Lone Star Limited Modified Nationals going hot and heavy for factory stock action here. Door to door. Chop Chamberlain knows that every position matters in the A-main tonight. The top 4 go to the A, the rest will go to the B. The white flag is out. Walt Adams has it. T-Ray Burkett screaming to the outside. He's got the car working good now. T-Ray, though, he drifts way too wide and hands him off the exit of turn 2 and gives that spot back to Chop. Chop's going to try to come to the top to protect. He will. He'll get there. But he won't get as many spots as he'd like. 2 checkers, double checkers coming out. Walt Adams, your 3rd and final factory stock heat race winner of the night. Jimmy Baldy does get 2nd. Thrifty Scotty Nichols grabs 3rd. 4. Daniel Washburn puts his foot through the floorboard. We're underway. Still underway in your 4-cylinder heat race, the second one of the night with 2 to go here. Flint, Texas racer Brian Franklin up front in 19 leads the way. The 14S of Mike Staples occupies the bridesmaids' honors right now, coming around off the 4 to see the white flag with 1 to go. Sales Jeff Bates Performance IRP chassis number 14. It'll be Kelly Lockie from Tyler, Texas. Outside of Lockie tonight, it'll be the driver from Minden, Louisiana. He won at LoneStar Speedway last month in the form of the Mafus Motorsports Grant Shelton Worldwide Tire Express chassis. The Iceman, Michael Robertson in K9. Inside of row number 2 will be Daniel Whitehill from Mineola. Outside, 81 of Uncle Ricky Ingalls from Longview, Texas. And we are underway here in limited modified. Heat race number 1 getting the whole shot. Your outside pole sitter on that express chassis. K9 of the big dog, Michael Robertson. And I don't think they like to start. They're going to re-rack them and stack them. 22P. Kelly Lockie and the Iceman, Michael Robertson, going to smash on the lap pedal off of turn number 4. Lockie looking to get a better start, and he does. Here we go. Door to door, evening into 1. Lockie in 14, your most recent limited modified winner, and one of the most recent new entrants to limited modified action at Lone Star's first start here this season. Gets the advantage in that turn number 3. The Iceman, Michael Robertson to the point in the big dog K9. Once again, driving the Grant Shelton Worldwide Tire Express chassis, PTS powered K9 is Kelly Lockie, your pole sitter. Just lost a spot. Here comes Ingalls. Ricky Ingalls is bad fast tonight. Here comes the Longview Texan. Off of 4, putting the heat all over Robertson for the race lead. Down the front straightaway, Michael Robertson, who has formed this alliance with Mafus Motorsports and has been a major asset to this race team as they go for the race lead off the exit of turn number 2. Hit her down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Side by side for the race lead, Uncle Ricky Ingalls and the Iceman, Michael Robertson, living up to the moniker tonight. Down the front straightaway, Door still. The big dog K9 barking and eating tonight. Eating the outside of Lone Star and keeping them right there. Door to door, how do you like this for your opening heat race of the Lone Star Limited Modified National with $3,000 on the line hanging in the balance tonight? Robertson knows what's at stake. He said, I'd love to take $3,000 back to Minden, Louisiana, and he still holds on to the top spot over the former racer who has raced door-to-door with the likes of Bloomquist, Billy Moyer, and many others over the years, but Robertson, who's raced door-to-door with the legends like Brian Clausen growing up racing go-karts, and many other great racers who have went on to do big things in NASCAR. Down the front straightaway, Robertson continues to lead. Robertson has never won here. He's won heat races here at Lone Star in a USMTS modified back in 2009 and 10. Robertson hasn't raced much since he won that Arklatex championship in 2010 when he won that race at Vivian last month. It was his first win in Arklatex in 6 years. And on the front straightaway, Ricky Ingalls is going to make him earn it here tonight. He bobbled that time off of 2. Ricky's going to go to the inside. They're side by side down the back straightaway in the turn of 3 for the fun line. What an absolute barn burner, Lone Star. Off of 4. They're going to see the white flag from David Corbello. Off of 4 down the front straightaway. Robertson has one more circuit to drive. One more 3/8 circuit, and he's got to drive it perfect. He bobbled off the exit of turn number 2. He's going to open the door for Ingalls. Ingalls is going to throw the slider. No, he's not. Robertson goes down on the bottom of the attack. He leaves the outside wide open for Ricky off of 4, and Ricky's going to cross him over. They get together. Goodness gracious. Oh, what a race. Blade Waller in the 4 outside pole. Inside of 280, Mark Underwood Jr. from Jonesboro, Louisiana. Ruston, Louisiana, the IRP chassis 99. Outside Bode from Caddo Mills. He'll be on the outside pole of your factory stock aiming later. Joel Cuvion, the $5,000 winner of the Battle of Boot Hill earlier this year in June. Inside of 3, outside's Billy Brierton. Nate Gaines at a Kilgore. Denny Gabar from Frankston lines up on shotgun in the 8. I'd keep your eyes on Gabar in this one. Look at this. Underwood, Cuvion in tow. Underwood picks up a spot on the start in this one, getting around the 4 of Roach. He goes to second from 3rd. Underwood Jr. with 2 wins at the Boot Hill Speedway this year. He would have had 3 if Jason Ingalls didn't pass him on the final turn off of 4 coming to the checkers. Oh, and one in the front straightaway wall hard, and that's going to have to draw a caution. That was a hard hit. Barry Hornbeck and the Candace Hornbeck Photography sponsor number 14, Matco Tools by Bradley, IRP chassis on the pole. Here we go. Into 1 and 2. Look at this. They're 4 wide back here for the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th spots. Off a deep down the back straightaway. Terry Roach did not get a good start. Your outside pole sitter. Bode on the back deck lid of the 99 of Mark Underwood, who does go back to second on this next original restart. And Joel Cuvion. Joel, the $5,000 winner of the Battle of Boot Hill at the Boot Hill Speedway back in June, and the driver who crossed underneath the checkers actually in first, but was disqualified that night, coming to the front. One of the winningest drivers at Lone Star since 2011. Denny Gabar from Frankston trying to go 3 wide there to the inside of Cuvion. Cuvion, a few weeks ago back at Boot Hill, passed Gabar in a heat race, and I said it on the mic that night. It had to make Joel feel pretty good about it. Anytime a racer wins a big $5,000 a win race or any race of significance, they want to win it on the green and under the checkers. They'll take them any way they can get it, but it's just something about it. It's like when Jonathan Davenport won last year, the dream, the $100,000 a win. When Scott Bluncas was disqualified, he just didn't feel like he earned it, like he did when he won the World 100. But down the front straightaway we go. We got a battle heating up for second. You got the Caddo Mills Texan once again. Bode, who actually finished second in his factory stock heat, but ended up inheriting the race lead. Sorry, speaking of Jimmy. Jimmy got second. The winner in his race got DQ'd. His son won heat 2 tonight. They'll be on the front row of the factory stock A main. Bo trying to have a good run here in the limited as well. Denny Gabar has gotten around the 30 of Hot Joel, and he's gone to 4th. Gabar in the Copeland Motorsports IRB chassis number 8 is the 4th now, and he is rolling and rocking around the Lone Star Speedway, his home racetrack. He'll hammer the cushion in the turn number 3, using that high side momentum off of 4, looking to reel in the 4 of Bode, who's all over the Louisiana racer Mark Underwood, and he gives him a shot in the shorts on the front straightaway. Barry Hornbeck is sipping tea out front like Kermit the Frog. Just minding my business. He is minding his business. He's minding some bad, fast business right now. They better look out. Hornbeck's going to be tough tonight. Off of 4, the white flag is out for the 14 of Barry Hornbeck, who was blistered in this field. That car is very, very hooked up and digging good. Hornbeck hasn't raced much this year, and he'd be a very good candidate to break into victory lane for $3,000 tonight in a big way. Final time off of turn number 4. Double checkers from Derek Corbella will go to the 14. Oh, Barry Hornbeck. Second goes to Rustin Louisiana's Mark Underwood Jr. Third goes to the Caddo Mills Texan in the 4 of Bode. 2 from Bells, Texas, Chad Jones in 30J. Brian Short in the 2. Inside of 3, Danny Roy Jeffroy in the Express Chassis ASI Power number 9J. Max Eddie Thomas out of Quinlan in 25C. The fast one, Phil Dixon. He won his open wheel modified heat earlier in the A1 from Crosby. Darrell Mosley from Diana walk out for him. Tom Payne under the 10. Lights are out, we go green back at Lone Star. And heat race number 3 tonight for the limiteds. Into 1, Stroman trying to get the whole shot. A little bit of a bobble by both of your drivers on the front row, and R.J. Stroman goes to the race lead. R.J. Stroman, who won earlier this season at the Arklatex Speedway in a dominant fashion. And, I said it to him on the front straightaway that, just miss you, R.J. We don't get to see you race a whole lot anymore, but you know what? They work a lot. They're 3 wide back here, mid-pack of the 9B of Mosley, who is coming to the front. Darrell Mosley, who started 8th, ladies and gentlemen. He's up to 5th and 9B. Look out for Mosley. Regular here at the Lone Star Speedway, and Fast Phil looking to his inside. Fast Phil started to the inside of the 9B of Mosley in row number 4, and right now they are in tow with one another. And Phil just got into Mosley a little bit there, and Chad Jones just lost the 30J, and we'll probably get caution. We will. Caution is out. Here comes Darrell. Darrell Mosley is digging like Darrell. Off of 2 back on the restart down the back straightaway side by side for second. Darrell Mosley bobbled that time, opened the door fast. Phil Dixon's going to go by an A1. Phil Dixon goes to 4th. Like I said, they started in that 4th row together, and Phil Dixon, who won his mod heat earlier, is looking good. The fast one out of Crosby, Texas is trying to reel in your lead trio here off the exit of turn number 2 into 3. Quinlan, Texas racer Max Zeddy Thomas, the winningest mod racer here a year ago, off of 4, rolls second with your leader out of New Boston, Texas, R.J. Stroman, leading here at Lone Star tonight. R.J., don't believe he's ever won here in his career. R.J. Stroman began his young racing career. Big Chief Chassis competitor and owner and builder of Big Chief Chassis, called RJ his diversity driver. Of course, speaking of still Oklahoma's Eddie Martin, who builds these chassis. Miss Eddie. Would love to see him here this weekend. Been racing a late model, though, a lot this year and doing a heck of a job doing it. Off of 4, seeing 2 laps to go with Stroman in 88. Quinlan, Texas racer. Max Eddy's second. Bud Reed still third. Fourth, it's fast one, Phil Dixon. Don Painter, how about him, from 10th to 5th. And Mosley's lost the handle here late in the going. The 9B had worked his way all the way from 8th to 4th at one time, and he's lost some spots late. The white flag is out for R.J. Stroman. Final time through turns number 3 and off of turn number 4. Double checkers from veteran flywing David Corbello goes to the new Boston, Texas race of the Ronnie Spaten body number 88. R.J. Stroman wins heat race number 3 over Max Eddie Thomas at 75. Brandy Perry, the lady in the field. Remember, race fans, the top 12 in passing points tonight. The top 12 in passing points. It's, like we said, not necessarily where you finish, about how many cars you pass to get to where you finish. And right now, with the green flag dropped, leading lap number 1 goes to the 23 Emma Jimmy Day from Greenville. Here comes Jason. He's racing. He's up to second. From 4th on the opening circuit, here comes Wesley Stevens, the Marshall Texan, the 3rd. Brandy Perry just got 2 for the price of 1 in the tournament. They're the lady in the field. As your pole sitter has faded fast in this one, Robert Ville from Princeton has went backwards. Jason Ingles stalking the tire tracks of the 23 Emma Jimmy Day now. Down the back straightaway, approaching turn number 3. Your 4th and final limited modified heat race of the night here for the 3,000 win Lone Star Limited Modified Nationals, the inaugural event here in Kilgore. And the 1. Jason Ingles jumping the Matco Tools, Bob Bradley, RaceOnTexas.com, TNS Quality Services. IRP Chassis, PTS power number 12. Looking to hunt down the 23 Emma of the Greenville, Texas hot shoe Jimmy Day. They've been racing for 25 plus years. Knows his way around. The same can be said for Jason Ingles, the winningest limited modified driver at Lone Star this season, and won last Saturday night at the Cajun Classic. Won $1,000 for his efforts winning the limited modified main event for the 12th annual Cajun Classic, and he finished second in the main event to Justin Whitehead into the factory stock drum and win again. Chris Henning is number 16. Great weekend for racing Jason and Vivian, Louisiana last Friday and Saturday night. But here we come. Back to Jason's home racetrack where he is the reigning Armadillo Nationals winner. Won 3,000 here a year ago. No Armadillo Nationals this year, so we see 2 to go for Jimmy Day. But Ingles wants to win anytime he sits behind the wheel. He's especially hungry when you throw big money on the line. He won 2,000 just 3 weeks ago, or a month ago, at the Boot Hill Speedway for the 44th annual Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship. The white flag coming out this time, and you got lap traffic up ahead of your leader. And on the front straightaway, the 75. Patrick McCoy, not sure why he came back on the racetrack there, but doesn't really hurt him much. Ingles reeled in Day here in the late going, but it's not going to be enough. Double checkers coming out off of turn number 4 from Greenville, Texas, the 23M. Jimmy Day wins your 4th and final limited modified heat race of the night. Racing Jason Ingles will grab second in the 12 as we go green here at Lone Star and B main number 1 of the night. Pork Chop Chamberlain going to try to come down the back straightaway. Royce Jones, who was outside the 70K, a pair of 70s there. Chop rolling the hub. Gajewski in second. Kind of holding them up right there. Quentin Jackson's your leader in the 34J. With a 4-car length advantage in the 3. Gajewski still second. We got one down the back straightaway. Look like T-Ray, baby. Nope, not T-Ray. The yellow is out. Stepping down the back straightaway, approaching turn number 3. The top 8 go to the A main tonight. Quentin Jackson, your leader right now on the 34. Royce Jones, Sean Gajewski, Pork Chop Chamberlain, T-Ray Burkett, and the top 5. The green is back out. We're back underway. Joey Virgo Jr. inside of the top 7 now, as well as Alan Lindo. Lindo in the 8th and final transfer spot in the 136, headed down to the back straightaway to turn number 3. I'm just doing all kind of sound tests and just changing stuff up on this. Trying to mess with the trim and stuff. Just as far as the PA, it just doesn't sound to my liking. So anyway, figured I'd do that in the B main. Off of 4, trying to hunt down for the race leads. Royce Jones, the Troop Texan, all over Quentin Jackson here down the front straightaway. We go. And I can't hold it any longer. Side by side for third, though. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. Pork Chop Chamberlain to the inside of Gajewski for third. Who's going to lift first? Not going to be Chop. Chop does not. Oh, we got one right in the wall on the 1 and 2's the C4. Boy, his night about exploded right there, the C4. Six laps scored, 4 remain here at Lone Star in your B main event. 10 laps the distance, total off of 4. Back underway on the lap pedal. Your leader is Quentin Jackson. Here comes Chop. Pork Chop Chamberlain trying to throw some seasoning on the race, leading to 1. The 70 is coming to the front fast and in a hurry. He's about to knock on the back door like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth here a week before Halloween into turn number 3. Balling him up down the back straightaway, Joe Miller, the killer in the 23. As Chop is all over the rear deck lid of Quentin Jackson for the top spot. Down the front boulevard we go. Pork Chop going to pull the trigger to the inside. Fires a blank this time into turn number 3. He'll try to use the outside of Sam Haverty's perfectly prepared speed playing off of 4. Go to the inside, door to door down the front straightaway with 2 laps to go. Chop smells blood in the water now. He pushes up, opens up the advantage for your race leader, Quentin Jackson, to separate himself that time by half of a car length. Down the back straightaway, 1 1/4 to go. Chop using an outside line to his advantage. He'll cross underneath for the race lead down the front straightaway, door to door for the top spot. Half a car length advantage still for Jackson. T-Ray Burkett rim riding the outside, living by the cushion. Here in this factory stock B main, the top 8 go to the A. I believe you only got around 8 cars left on the racetrack. The final time through turns 3 and 4. Chop and Jackson going to come through 34. A drag race into the checkers. It's going to go to Quentin Jackson at 34, holding off a strong charge from your reigning track champion and the reigning Armadillo Nationals champion, Pork Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain at 70. Daniel Washburn, your leader here in your four-cylinder A main event, rolling off of turn number 4. Next time by, you'll see the white flag heading into 1.
You are. You think it's funny?
Daniel Washburn gets double checkers in his face, and he'll get his second four-cylinder victory of the 2016 season here tonight at Lone Star. How about it, folks? Let's hear it for Pork Chop Kenneth Chamberlain and wife Christy tying the night here at Lone Star. I want to thank T. Ray Burkett.
Classic Rock 96.1.
Hey, let's give him a hand, Lone Star. Your winningest factory stock race here and the reigning Armadillo Nationals winner. Getting married here on the checkered flags. Kids, I need you away from the fence, please, for your safety. I need you away from the fence, please, young lady off of 4. Young lady at the blonde hair, I need you away from the fence, please. Thank you. Underway in your first qualifier for the limited modifieds, and Joel Cuvion going to storm to the race lead. Down the back straightaway off the exit of turn number 2, heading to turn number 3. The driver who won $5,000 at Boot Hill back in June leads off of 4 in that ASI-powered Express chassis Moran trucking number 30. Down the front boulevard we go with the Tyler Texan, Bud Reed in tow. The top 4 go to the A in this 10-lap affair. 3 of them coming to you. Oh, Danny Rowland nearly got turned right in front of Ben Tinneman. He caught the handle, though. Tinneman says what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and Jeff Roy nearly lost it in the 1. The 30 of Joel Cuvion leads the way, but looking to get reeled in here by a driver who has significantly more laps at this speed plant than the 30 of Joel has. Joel Cuvion having a standout season. I don't want to call it a breakout year because this driver's had breakout years many a times in his career, and he's always been a driver that brings his gun to a knife fight, so on and so forth. He's a competitor. The battle for the 4th and final transfer spot is up for grabs, and taking it the 78 of the Gladewater Texan, Billy Joe Bruchin. Bruchin in 78 takes the 4th and final transfer spot down the front straightaway. And we got debris at the top of 3 and 4, and the caution is going to come out on the racetrack for the first time in your A qualifier.
I like driving them, just not working on them.
Not working on them. That's Sam Haverty Jr., who started his 2016 season racing with the USMTS Modifieds down in Shady Oak Speedway in Goliad, Texas. His 15H won the final race here last season. Just getting some insight from the 2016 ASES National Sprint Car Champion here. As we go back green off of 4, it's still the Alexandria, Louisiana native Joel Cuvion, your leader with 5 in, 5 laps to go. Keep it going. Off of 4, Cuvion still leads, but the center of the hourglass is ticking away, but the car lengths are down to the minimum. Down to half a car length. The battle for second is heating up. NBA Jam style down the back straightaway. Here comes Bud Reed to the inside for the race lead. Can't get the job done, though. Bud Reed has marched down Cuvion for the top spot in the battle for third as a dandy. And lap traffic is about to come a reality. Lap traffic will become a reality with 1.5 laps to go in the midpoint of the back straightaway. Cuvion, the Alexandria, Louisiana native, look out. Down the front straightaway off of 4 we go. Cuvion going to separate himself by half a car length. This time it's 2 to go. 2 laps to go into 1 and 2, and Bud Reed, the Tyler Texan, has reeled him in for the top spot. Billy Joe Bruchin has the 4th and final transfer spot comfortably in hand as he approaches turn number 3 at 78. Billy Barton in the 3rd spot in 43. The white flag is out for Joel Cuvion. Cuvion leads the herd into 1. Bud Reed with a major shove and a push like a dump truck into 1 and 2. The good news is he had a significant advantage over 3rd, and off of 4, your $5,000 winner of the Battle of Boot Hill goes to the Alexandria native Joel Cuvion, your first A qualifier winner tonight here in the Express Chassis ASI Power number 30. 10 laps the distance, the top 4 go to the A just like the first one. 10 laps, the top 4. We drop the hammer off of 4 with your pole sitter from Frankston. The second winningest driver at Lone Star since 2011, Denny Gabar. As they're 3 wide for 3rd. Off the exit of turn number 2, headed down the back straightaway, Sean Graham. In the middle of that battle, Mosley and 9B going to flip the yellow 9B in there, playing it hard here at LoneStar through 3 and 4. Alpha 4 to 7 to his outside is Nate Gaines. Nate trying to make some gains here. He's one spot outside looking in. He's on deck right now. He'll go to the inside of trouble, and he'll grab the 4th and final transfer spot off the 2 in a hurry. Nate in the Wicked chassis number 7. Wicked fast here. And a qualifier number 2. He'll go up to the 4th and final transfer spot. Sean Graham all over him for it. They get into him. Give him a little shot in the short third on the front straightaway off of 4. Whitehill still occupies 2nd. Painter 3rd, and 4th it's still the Gladewater Texan Nate Gaines. Nate Gaines trying to go A-main racing tonight and get 300 to start. Daryl Mosley, who made some gains in his heat race. He would have probably been locked into the top 12 had he not lost those spots late in his heat race performance, but it sets him back about a mile, and right now he's 2 spots out to get into the A-main tonight. 300 to start, 3,000 to win for the limiteds here tonight. Off of 4, your leader is Denny Gabar from Flakes, and he's got a half a straightaway advantage and some on his competitors. Daniel Whitehill's 2nd in the 5. Painter in the 10, still 3rd. 4th, Nate Gaines comfortably in the 4th and final transfer spot over Sean Graham out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Mosley trying to find something. Of course, Denny Gabar, very documented 2016 season and his documented success at this particular racetrack over the years. Gabar getting the nod, driving the car that Brian Howland drove a few weeks ago here to a solid performance, driving Randy Copeland's IRP chassis number 8. He's got a whole straightaway advantage now. And the battle for 2nd is heating up. Painter to the inside. These guys don't want to get racing too hard, knock each other out of a transfer spot. They're dirt over for 2nd, down the back straightaway. Daryl Mosley riding the wall. Gabar, the center of the hourglass is ticking away. As down the front straightaway, Whitehill still occupies the 2nd spot. A great run tonight for Whitehill. Whitehill gets disposed of. Don Painter will go to 2nd. Whitehill to 3rd. Here comes the 7. Nate trying to make some more gains off of 4. He has the 4th and final transfer spot. And Sean Graham's got to be licking his chops right now. Tough break for Daniel Whitehill. He had a transfer spot the entirety of this event, and he will fall off the pace of 1 lap to go. And he'll head to Elvis Presley Boulevard and head to the Heartbreak Hotel. The white flag is out. That puts Sean Graham back into the show. Sean Graham in the 4th and final transfer spot with 1 circuit to get it done for Daryl Mosley. Daryl's high side hustling off the exit of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Daryl's going to close the gap into 3. The battle for the 4th and final transfer spot coming down to the wire. Mosley gets a good run through 34. Graham slams the door shut. Drag racing to the checker. Sean Graham's going to get it by half of a cat's whisker. So it'll be Whittigan, Hennigan, and Max Eddy. Who's going to get the whole shot? Max Eddy wants it from the outside front row. Here we go, baby. 20 laps. One of the best to ever do it out of the Arklatex, who has 3 wins at this racetrack this season, is not going to get the whole shot down the back straightaway. Max Eddy trying to go back to back. We had one around in the middle of 1 and 2. No harm, no foul. We stay clean and green. Jade Chartier gets it headed down the back straightaway towards the right direction. Denny Gabar going to live or die by the cushion tonight. He said, I'm going to live by it right now, and he rockets down the back straightaway. In the 5th spot is Gabar. Look out, Meek nearly lost the handle right there through 34. The 3 wide off of 4. Oh my goodness, Denny Gabar. Denny Gabar just... Keith Meek is looser than a 3-legged dog in an icy lake right now. Meek has lost all traction, and that car is loose as they get. The 22M trying to find the traction on the racetrack, and he is going backwards. And meanwhile, Winnigan Hennigan trying to live up to his moniker. And win again. He has reeled in Max Eddy, and the caution is out. You know, most of these guys, they work regular jobs every day of the week, and off of 4, the green is back out, and we drop the hammer. Gabar is just a matter of time. Denny Gabar fires on the restart in the 8. He'll go to the outside, tough break for Zach McMillan. He got up there up top in the marbles and the loose stuff, and he loses wholesale spots. He lost about 6-7 spots. Off of 4, still your leader is the Quinlan Texan, Max Eddy Thomas. Max Eddy leads the way. Max Eddy leading the way, but Denny Gabar, Ronald Pilkington, Kyle plays on in tow. Plays on up the 4th. He disposed of the A1 of Dixon, and here comes the jet, Brett Frazier. Frazier to the inside of the A1 of Dixon. Dixon doing a good job holding him off. I'll tell you what, if Brett Frazier had not had to battle behind the 8 ball tonight, it'd be a much different circumstance, I believe, for the driver of the 51, and the Crosby Texan just got into the back straightaway wall. He got it ironed back out, but it wrinkled him up enough to lose one more spot to the DeBerry, Texas racer, Chase Hatton in the 211. Right now, your top 5. As we look back up front, it's all on Max Eddie Thomas, leading into turn number 3. He's got about a 5-car length advantage over the Frankston Texan, Denny Gabar. Gabar leads, or Gabar holds on to second. He leads the 22, who's in third of Pilkington in the out of Marshall. Fourth is KP Plaisant, and fifth, it's the Jet Brett Frazier. He's got the Top Gun anthem in his head right now. Frazier's got a good car. Started on the pole tonight of heat race number 3, and a little bit of contact there with Justin Ingles on the early going, and it really, I don't want to say it ruined his night, but it ruined a potential victory possibly. It's not over yet though, and around goes Justin Ingles into 1 and 2. And Chad Minguez is going to try to avoid him. I was just showing Sam Haverty the last time Max, at the end of last season, the final race, the stocking stuff for 25, when Haverty won here in the mod. Max said he was leading. This is though to the point that you got to lead them all, and he ain't led them all yet tonight. And a good restart for Gabar. Then he's going to fire to the outside. Off the exit of turn number 2, here comes Denny. Denny's going to pull the trigger and fire it into turn number 3. He'll go to the inside of the race lead. The 8 and 57T for the top spot, but the Quinlan Texan still holds on strong. Oh, you felt like Denny may have had something, but he's fired a few shots, but he's came up blank. And into 3, Max Eddy is starting to stretch it out on him now. Hatton gets into the wall through 3 and 4. Hatton into the wall. 10 in, 10 to go. 10 laps scored, 10 laps to go. As Kyle Plaisant to the inside of the 51 of the Jet Brett Frazier. And Frazier just drove it in deep into turn number 3. And the 6X of Plaisant washed up the racetrack, and here comes Racing Jason. Racing Jason, I believe, from 14th up to try to take the 5th spot away from KP. Doing it over the 3rd spot through 3 and 4. Pilkington, the Marshall Texan of the Houghton, Louisiana Hot Shoe. Brett Frazier. As Minguez off the pace off the exit of turn number 2. Gabar trying to mount a charge, but he has not got back up on that top shelf. The sand of the hourglass is running away. Ingles, in fact, did start 14th tonight, and as I say it, he's going up in smoke. Ingles from 14th to 5th, and he is done. Ingles from 14th to 5th, and he'll head to the Heartbreak Hotel. My goodness. The mod season for Jason Ingles has been tumultuous. He's had a few high points in this 2016 season, but a low point will come tonight here at his home racetrack, and around goes Justin Ingles into 1 and 2. The 33, I believe, got into him, and the caution's going to have to come out. You never know what's going to happen. It's not over till it's over. The green comes back out, and we're on the loud pedal into 1. This is when Denny fires really good, but he's got to make it happen now. Denny Gabar, the Frankston, Texas racer. Talked about earlier, the second winningest driver here in Kilgore since 2011. He's got 28 wins here, off of 4 and 8. Trying to reel in Max Eddy, but Max Eddy just not having any of it. 5 to go, and that was the first bobble in this race by Max Eddy. The first time in this race that Eddie Thomas has bobbled, and it opened up the door for Denny Gabar to possibly, just maybe, try to take a stab at the race lead and win a door-to-door battle here for 4th. Kyle Plaisant threading the needle on Brett Frazier. A pair of MB Custom, or Mars race cars, built by Jimmy and Chris Mars of Menominee, Wisconsin, are going at it right now. But Denny Gabar, he's going to live by the cushion, or he's going to die by it tonight. What do you have to lose, Denny? Denny going to hammer it into 1 and 2. And there it is. Max Eddy just nearly lost it. Max Eddy off the exit of turn number 2. They get into turn number 3. It's heating up. Denny Gabar this time by. It's going to be 2 to go. Denny Gabar is there. He smells blood in the water. An assassin behind the wheel is Gabar. He'll go high side hustling into 1 and 2. Hello, Max Eddy. Not yet. He'll slam the door shut at the Day Motorsports time, midpoint of the back straightaway. Final time around LoneStar Speedway at the high banks, down the front straightaway, the white flag in the face. I didn't see what happened there in 3 and 4. But we get ready to go back racing here with a green white checkered finish in your modified A main. Max Eddie Thomas out of Quinlan, Texas, your winningest modified racer here a year ago. Going to try to hold off the car that he won here 7 in a year ago. Denny Gabar of Franks is going to live or die by the cushion tonight. And we're on the loud plate on a good restart by Brookington. Headed back into 1 and 2. We're backing away. There goes Denny. He's going to hammer to the outside. They're door-to-door for second. Down the back straightaway. They're door-to-door for fourth and fifth as well. Denny, he's going to slam it in hard. Max Eddie went up top to protect. Off for 4. He'll see the white flag in his face this time by at the flag stand. He jumps it to the bottom of 1 and 2 that time. Max Eddie broke on the final lap. Are you kidding me, Sam Haferty Jr.? Are you serious? Max Eddie did it again, and this time it's going to be the 8 car inheriting the lead, going to victory lane out of Frankston, Texas. His 29th win since 2011 here at Lone Star. Denny Gabar from Frankston steals one away from Max Eddie Thomas. Oh my. Well, I don't know if he can hear you. He may be able to. Give him a big hand, Lone Star. Your modified winner tonight goes to Denny Gabar out of Frankston. Denny, you stopped. You're going to live or die by that cushion tonight. Up there. I'm not sure what happened to him, but hey, you took advantage of what you could take advantage of.
Yeah, he's been a little better than us. We just need to be a tick better. We're a decent car. We just need to be a little better.
How you feel driving this car? I mean, the limited looked like it's pretty good there in that qualifier as well. Really good, actually.
Yeah, pretty decent hot rides. I want to thank Randy Copeland for giving me the opportunity to drive this. Need to do a little more work on it, but man, thank all these fans for coming out. Without them, we can't do this stuff, and they're out here in the cold weather and here with us, and that's why we race.
How much does it mean you kind of get back behind the wheel of this mod, though, and ultimately get a win tonight? I mean, it's not really been a real long time since you've been to Victor Lane, but in a mod, I know you like this.
Yeah, we don't run mods too much anymore. We like to. They're just real expensive, so with the help of Randy, hopefully we can keep putting this thing up front.
Best of luck to you the rest of the year, Denny, and this race team is the limited modified A main tonight. Congratulations. Denny Gabar, race fans from Frankston, Texas, your open wheel modified winner tonight. TJ Evans, Jimmy Baldy, Scotty Thrifty Nichols, Justin Holt. The lights are out. We're on the loud pedal. We're underway in your factory stock A main. And a 1 and 2 for the first time. Your outside pole sitter from Caddo Mills, Texas, Bo Day, and that best in your power ratchet chassis gets the whole shot. His dad will drop it to the bottom and try to put it to his inside, but he comes up short. Coming off of turn number 4, leading lap number 1 goes to the Caddo Mills Texan, Bo Day. Bo Day, your leader in your factory stock A main. Right now off of turn number 4, Bo Day continues the lead, but only about a car length though over his father, Jimmy. Jimmy Day in the 23M occupies second. Walt Adams, what a performance tonight for this driver in the 71. He's the third. The 715 of TJ Evans. Here comes TJ. TJ nearly won both of those factory stock, the dual twin factory feature night. He won one of them and came from the back and was working up inside of the top 5 where he had a mishap. Could have swept that night. As Justin Holt, last Saturday night's winner of Rose Bowl, coming into the night with a head of steam and a bunch of confidence, is up to the 4th spot in 31. Holt is moving. Holt from 8th to 4th in 4 laps. The killer, Joe Miller, is off the pace in 23. And turn number 3, Jimmy Day trying to reel in his son, Bo, who is leading cautiously here on the Lone Star Speedway tonight. Nonetheless, trying to get a 1-2 punch and a 1-2 finish for the Day Boys. Rowdy not checked in tonight. The only Day missing. A few years ago, the Days had a little bit of bad luck here at this speed plant, and there's some interesting little scuffles down there in the infield, and what a few years difference it is here tonight. These racers very well respected across the Arklatex, though, have a bunch of wins. And Jimmy Day used to race street stocks over at the Boot Hill and Greenwood with the likes of Wes Grigsby and all the list, and I could go on and on and on. But Jimmy Day has earned his stripes around here in this region. He's raced door-to-door with many, many of these competitors for many years. And right now, he is stuck in his son's tire tracks and his back bumper, trying to find a lane, trying to find a way around, and the yellow is out. On the front straightaway is the Troop Texan Royce Jones, who draws the caution for the first time. 7 laps complete. Plenty to go. 13 lucky ones to go. So 7 in the books, 13 remain. It'll be the Caddo Mills Texan Bo Day who smashes on the loud pedal and puts his foot through the floorboard off of 4. We're back underway. And Bo did not get quite as good a restart as he has in the past. Whoa, my goodness. TJ Evans just threw an elbow on Jimmy Day. TJ Evans, I'm sorry. That was what happened to Justin Holt. Well, TJ Evans threw an elbow. TJ Evans threw an elbow there, it looked like. And I'm not sure if Holt got collected in that, but Jimmy Day, they better look out. If Jimmy Day gets back to this 215 of TJ Evans, it could be dangerous. Or it could be interesting anyway. You don't want to call it too dangerous. Off of 4, though. TJ's the second, and here comes Chop. Pork Chop Chamberlain. Pork Chop trying to go to second now. He's up to third after coming out of a B main tonight. Kenneth Chamberlain tonight started 13th. He's the third. He's passed 10 cars and 8 laps. Down the front straightaway we go. Chop knocking on the back door for second like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth. He's hungry. Holt slow in 3 and 4 and 31. Justin Holt trying to limp it to the Elvis Presley Boulevard to Heartbreak Hotel, and he will. Off of 4 with a sizable advantage at the flag stands the 4 of the Caddo Mills Texan Bo Day leading. With that best in your power DuPont Racing Shocks Quality Tools Quality Tools International number 4 and the 3. He has a comfortable lead right now. If we stayed green, I don't know if they'll be able to hunt him down and march around him. Something his dad was close to trying to do before we went caution, but his dad mired back in the 5th spot now after getting some contact there with TJ Evans. Down the back straightaway off the exit of 2 and approaching turn number 3, the 4 of Bo Day leads. The battle for second is heated up, all the way heated up. It's about 400 or 500 degrees right now for second, and TJ Evans is holding off a very hot number 70, coming from 13th to 3rd. Pork Chop Kenneth Chamberlain, who just came right off the grill. Pork Chop right off the grill, and he's trying to get the second. He'll give him a shot in the shorts there in the 3 and 4. Didn't get the rattle of his cage as much as he may have liked and bobbled a little bit, skated up the racetrack. Chop let him get out of his crosshairs just a little bit. He'll pull back to him off the exit of 2. The caution is back out. Complete 6 to go here at Lone Star. Not a good restart for Jimmy Day back in that 5th spot. And Chop's going to go to second on the restart and get around the 715. Here we go. It's heating up. Oh, it got close. TJ to the back bumper of 70 of Chop. Chop gets back to that outside. Walt Adams got a good run there. How about it? I'm sorry. That's T-Ray, and the caution's out. Back it away at Lone Star. A good restart for the 70 of Pork Chop Chamberlain. 13th to second now. With 5.5 laps to go. 5.5 laps remain here at Kilgore. 33 and 4 off the exit of turn number 4. It's 5 to go. 5 to go for car 4. Car 4 will come around next time by and see 4 to go. But Bo Day is going to have to hold off the winningest racer here in the Speedway. Obviously has the best car on the racetrack. He's proven it coming from 13th to 2nd. He does not want to be a bridesmaid tonight. And no matter what, somebody's leaving the bridesmaid, but he wants to leave victorious as well. Pork Chop ready to fire. He's fired a blank the last few corners, but he is keeping the 4 honest. Bo Day out of Caddo Mills, Texas. He's making Bo Job the best 4 laps he's ever driven right now. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. This time by will be 2 to go for car 4. And he pushed it up the door for Chamberlain to the inside. Pork Chop to the inside for the race lead. Side by side down the front straightaway at the flag stand. Into 1 and 2. Bo Day pushes again and opens the door. Chamberlain got to go to the race lead in 70. The groom to the lead in 70. Off of turn number 4. Give it up to him, folks. From 13th to the lead with the white flag in his face. Pork Chop Kenneth Chamberlain to the lead, and Bo Day going to throw the kitchen sink into 1 and 2. Bo Day going to come up short. down the back straightaway for the final time in the 3. What a barn performance with a slide jump in. Oh my goodness! That is unbelievable. The newlywed.
Zach, hold on.
I'm going down there to interview TJ.
4 car is DQ. The 70 is declared the winner.
Folks, the 4 car has been disqualified for Bode. The 4 has been disqualified. Your winner will be the 70 of Pork Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain, as we will go back to the last completed lap, as that's what's in the rule book. If you go back to the last completed lap, Pork Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain will get the last lap tonight. Comes out of the B main, 13th to 5th, then 13th to 3rd, then 13th to 2nd, and boy, did this number 70 fire on that restart. And we'll talk to Pork Chop about it when he's able to climb out of the car. He's getting the head and neck restraint off. His bride is standing right here in Victory Lane. Can't get his race receiver undone there. Don't worry about it. We'll find it later.
Did you get it?
When he climbs out of the car, folks, give him a big round of applause. Out he comes from the grill. It's Pork Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain at 70. Woo! I don't know if you heard that one, but Chop. Wow. I don't know, man. 13th, when I talked to you on the front straightaway after you tied the knot earlier, I knew that you didn't want to come up short tonight. If you were going to get married at the racetrack, you'd better put this car in a victory lane. I know you have that mentality. You drove that car to the front tonight, and it was clear where you were headed, but I didn't know if you were going to be able to do it. You got around Bode on that late restart with 1 to go, heading into 3. He looked like he drove his car to Jacksonville, Texas. Tell me about what you saw.
He tried to come to my town, but this is my racetrack.
Well, he ran you hard in there in the 3 and 4. Did you expect that though? I mean, you passed him pretty clean. I don't think y'all touched. Did you expect that at all?
Well, I've always heard a lot about the Day Boys, but I drove him clean, and I really thought he would drive me clean. But all in all, I'm sitting in winner's circle.
I will say you got to feel pretty good, I guess, about the call that was made. It could have, you couldn't be standing. But go back to the last completed lap. You were scored the leader on the white flag lap, so you get the victory here tonight. I mean, that was very important for you to get the lead there because you wouldn't be here had that not happened.
I had one thing in mind, to come out here, get married to the love of my life, and take home the win.
How do you top this?
You don't.
Race fans, you heard that. You don't top these types of performances. It's like batting in the bottom of the ninth and you just hit a grand slam, Pork Chop. I'll tell you what, I told the get my flowing a lot up here. That was a very exciting race. Thanks for a great show. Fans, did you like that? Yeah. LoneStar, let him hear it. You gotta give it to him a big round of applause. Congratulations to you. The new proud, the groomsman. Beautiful bride here, man. Hey, congratulations. What a night.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thank all y'all fans and family for coming out.
He's a little fired up, folks. Fresh off the grill. Pork Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain gets it done tonight. Fans, get up on your feet this time, by they may not be able to hear you, but they can see you. Come on, race fans, get up off your feet, turn number 4. Wave your hat, your hands. Let these limited modified competitors know you appreciate them here at LoneStar Speedway tonight. With the Iceman, Michael Robertson, driving the Grant Shelton Worldwide Tire Express Chassis PTS-powered K9. And it's going to bark like a big dog to the outside of the LoneStar Speedway into 1 and 2. And look to get the whole shot. Got from out another knee in there a little bit. Down the back straight off the exit of turn number 2, heading into turn number 3. Slamming the door shut. Here comes Uncle Ricky. Ricky to the inside contact. Barry Hornbeck got into Strowman. Hornbeck got into Strowman and nearly turned him around. But it turns to 14. Robertson looks like he's going to live by that top tonight. And that was an interesting start. We're underway. Into 1. We're underway in your $3,000 inaugural LoneStar Limited Modified Nationals. Off of 2, down the back straightaway. The 81 of Ingles just storms alongside the Greenville, Texas racer Jimmy Day, and he nearly lost it. Leading lap number 1 goes to the Iceman, Michael Robertson in K9. Robertson's going to lead lap number 1. He's got $3,000 hanging in the balance in front of him. He's got 3,000 reasons to get on the loud pedal and go, because here comes Uncle Ricky. Ricky already a second. Ricky and the K9 of Robertson, who duked it out toe-to-toe, blow for blow in the heat race earlier tonight. They're going to go at it. Here he comes down the front straightaway. Michael's going to have to drive a very smart race tonight. He's going to have to drive a smart race because I don't know that he has the best car on the racetrack right now. Around goes Painter off the exit of turn number 2. Really get it refired out of harm's way. He has not yet. We stay green and the yellow's out now. Robertson still your leader. Got a good Ingles Racing Performance chassis tonight on the loud pedals. Robertson, we're backing away. They're 3 wide for third on the restart. Backing away in a 1 and 2. Ingles going to roll the outside. Jimmy Nader was inside. R.J. Stroman out of New Boston, Texas. He's into the mix now. Here comes Racing Jason. He's into the top 5. Gets around the 99 of Mark Underwood Jr. Kelly Lockie inside of the mix. Down the front straight, Robertson leads another lap on the restart in K9. Boy, Robertson's been lethal since adding himself to this stable. There's one down at Leesville. He could have had another one. One at Arklatex and a thriller over B-Ball. Or the front wheel freight train, Brandon Ball. And here comes Ingles to the outside down the front straightaway. He's going to try to cross under Robertson. He's got the 81 and the PTS power working good tonight. Of course, Robertson, he occupies, or that K9 machine, that express chassis, occupies a PTS power plant. Power to spare. Ingles drove it in deep into 3 and he gets into the wall. But he'll straighten it out, headed down the front straightaway, shoots out of a rifle, back alongside the 23 of Jimmy Day. Jimmy Day rolls the hub. R.J. Stroman in tow. R.J. gets some pressure there to the inside of him from the 12 of Racing Jason Ingles. Ingles is coming to the front. Your reigning Armadillo Nationals winner, the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner this season at Boot Hill, and won 1,000 last 39 at the Cajun Cruiser Classic at Arklatex. Maybe the hottest limited modified driver in the area coming into tonight. Racing Jason Ingles is storming himself to the front in 12. The owner of IRP Racing Chassis right now goes door to door with a Big Chief chassis built by Eddie Martin out of Stillwell, Oklahoma. The big dog, Michael Robertson, I call him the Iceman, off of 4, leads in K9. I mean, you can say that that power plant underneath the hood is barking like a big dog. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Good for the 4th spot. Ingles on a slide job on Stroman. He got it. A slide job on Stroman. Down the front straightaway, Stroman across underneath. Down the front straightaway in 88. Stroman returns the fader with another slider. How do you like me now, Ingles? Ingles says, I like you. I love it. I want some more of it. Into turn number 3. Ingles returns the favor. No, he won't. Because you know why? Stroman drove it in deep and kept it honest to his outside. Stroman's there. Stroman not going to let Racing Jason just drive around him here tonight at his home racetrack. Down the front straightaway into 1. Ricky is getting the dog walked on him right now by the big dog in the form of the K9 of Michael Robertson. The Iceman. Ice in the field over tonight. A PTS power plant underneath the hood of he and your second place car, and around goes your pole sitter, Max Eddy Thomas. You gotta hate it, man. Max Eddy couldn't catch a break, and the caution did not come out. We stay clean and green. We are clean and green, and Michael Robertson is walking the dog. They're doing it over second. Off of turn number 4, side by side, Jimmy Day took a peek to the inside of the former super late model champion, Ricky Ingles. Ricky drives it down to the bottom. They're about to go 3 wide. What a racetrack here tonight. Sam Hipperty's prepared a nice and a very racy LoneStar Speedway here for the inaugural LoneStar Limited Modified Nationals. If the race for second was for the lead, everybody here would be on their feet. But Michael Robertson is trying to rout them, trying to show that this sport missed me for a few years. Down the back straightaway, Jimmy Day trying to pull the trigger and get back underneath the 12 of Racing Jason. R.J. Stroman's up to 3rd. R.J. Stroman getting pressured. He's an angle sandwich off of 4. And on the front straightaway, what a sandwich he's in. 3 wide for second into 1 and 2. R.J. Stroman, the Mopar man, puts the Dodge on the floor down the back straightaway into 3. The Mopar man, Eddie Martin's diversity driver. R.J. Stroman out of New Boston, Texas, is fired to second. He has 2 top 5 finishes in the Team S1 Dirt Track Championship, and nephew Jason's trying to put the pressure on Uncle Ricky off of 2 down the back straightaway. The 12 car is coming to life while the 81 may be fading a little bit. He is going to live by that top side of LoneStar in 3 and 4 tonight. And it's going to pay dividends for nephew to go by to go to 3rd down the front straightaway back into 1 and 2. Michael Robertson's out front. He can't believe it right now. He probably seriously cannot believe it. He's absolutely annihilating his competition right now. But if the caution comes out, Stroman's going to be a factor. Both of these competitors have all won this season at the Arklatex Speedway in Vivian. Stroman hasn't raced much over the last several years, but all 4 drivers in the top 4 right now have all won at Arklatex this year, and 2 have won here at LoneStar. Down the front straightaway we go. Off the exit of 2, down the back straightaway, Michael Robertson will lap traffic become enough of a reality for it to pay dividends and ball him up with the race lead. We look at Stroman in second here off of turn number 4, and the battle right now is back here for fourth. It's Day and Ingalls. Ingalls and Day. Joel Cuvion trying to march his way to the front in the 30. The Battle of Boot Hill $5,000 winner back on June the 18th. Down the front straightaway, the Iceman is the Michael Robertson, and the battle right here is so treacherous. Oh, look out. The 8 of Denny Gabar trying to throw his hat into the ring with the mix with the 23 of Jimmy Data, the 81 of Uncle Ricky Ingalls. Behind that battle's the 30 of Cuvion to the 14 of Kelly Lockey. It's a great race for the 4th spot between Ingalls and Day. They are still door to door. Robertson is getting ran down right now. Oh my goodness gracious! Michael Robertson has lost the power plant. 3 of his last, I don't know, he may have not lost one, but he is showing a heavy bit of smoke, and Joe Mafus has got to be feeling a nasty feeling in his gut right now. Michael Robertson's got to be feeling it too. He lost the power plant and coasted to a second place finish after he was leading at Leesville about a month ago. Last Friday night at the Arcotech Speedway, he was leading his heat race and broke with a few to go. They worked all day. John McLemore sent his engine specialist to the shop and had him work on it, and there's the caution right there. And there it may have went for the K9 of Michael Robertson to have some serious issues. Oh my, 3 more circuits, that's the big question. Jason Ingalls saw the smoke, and I promise you that R.J. Stroman saw it as well. 22 are scored, 3 to go for $3,000 that lays in the balance. Robertson hopes that his power plant holds on for 3 more. John McLemore does too. We're backing away. Backing away into 1 and 2. Michael Robertson leads the herd. Ingalls is going to try to go to second over Stroman. They had a great battle in the midpoint of that race, throwing slide jobs on each other. They return the fader each time. Very clean and fun, hard racing between those 2 competitors. 2 laps to go for the Iceman. Michael Robertson trying to get his 3rd victory for the Mafus Motorsports Grant Shelton Worldwide Tire PTS Powered Express chassis number K9. Like I said, 3 different chassis brands occupy your top 3 right now, with the Big Chief fading the 3rd, the IRP chassis owner and builder. With the white flag out, racing Jason's the 2nd. Can he run down the big dog K9, the Iceman, Michael Robertson? He's got a half a lap to glory. Down the back straight of the final time in the turn number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, his biggest win. Oh, and Eagles lost it in the final turn. His biggest win, though, in many years. Michael Robertson, the Iceman, wins $3,000 tonight here at the inaugural Lone Star Limited Modified Nationals. Plug back into the top. Everything? All right. Get over with our 2nd place finisher tonight, the Mopar man, R.J. Stroman for RaceOnTexas.com. R.J., man, a few to go. I know you saw the smoke coming out of the K9. You were reeling him in, too, fast and in a hurry, and that caution comes out. What were you thinking at that point?
Oh, man, I was thinking I needed to figure out what I needed to do real quick. I knew Jason Ingalls was behind me, and I knew he was fast. So, but yeah, I was running him down. I saw the smoke. I thought he had done blown it up, but, man, he drove a heck of a race. He was smooth as silk. It was, I was running everything I had trying to catch him, and, I mean, congrats to him. He ran a good race.
How much fun was that, though, racing with Ingalls? You guys threw slide jaw after slide jaw at each other about midpoint of that race, and I had a lot of fun calling. I said, RJ and Jason got to have fun at this. They're going to get out and probably shake hands. I'm not sure what happened on the final lap down there in the 3 and 4, but it looks like both of you guys were able to finish and limp the cars home anyway, but it looked like it was a lot of fun for you nonetheless to get a 2nd place finish here.
Yeah, that was a blast. I love racing with people like Jason. You can race that close, never touch. It's fun. I don't know how my helmet could contain the smile.
I want to give you an opportunity to thank everybody who helps you out in your racing program. Seems when this big money's on the line, R.J. Stroman comes to shine.
Oh, I especially have to thank my parents. They support me 100%. Dan Pugh at Pugh's Auto Salvage, he stood behind me from day 1 with my limiteds, and got to thank Chuck at Best Engines. The track had plenty of grip tonight, and I could put the power down, and it had plenty.
When was the last time you raced here?
Back at the beginning of the season, I was here in my other limited.
Okay. Well, hey, been a pretty good year for you. When you do come out, like I said, RJ comes to shine. Good run tonight, man.
Oh, thank you.
New Boston, Texas racer R.J. Stroman comes home with a solid 2nd place finish for Big Chief Racing Chassis tonight. 3 different chassis brands occupied your top 3 tonight. All right, we're going to get another one with Jason Ingles real quick for, get the good out of it. Well, Jason, you had a really good car in this one. You came from about mid-pack and were working your way to the front. Caution there with 3 to go. What were you thinking? I know you had to be licking your chops as good as the car was working down there on the bottom.
It's 3 to go. You pull all cards out, try to do what you can to get a good finish. And, I seen Michael was having trouble with his motor, and I was thinking, we need to be there to capitalize on it.
As close as you, and I just talked to Stroman about it. Boy, you guys were throwing slide jobs at each other throughout that race. I said that, man, it had to be a lot of fun from where he was sitting. It was a lot of fun from where I was sitting.
Oh, yeah, it's fun. You race somebody, he's a good driver. You got the confidence that he's going to hold his line, and he's got confidence in me. We had fun. We both shook hands at the end of it. That's what racing's all about.
I hate to bring it. What happened down there in turn 3?
Michael dumped a whole trail of oil down there, and I got in the oil, and I didn't know if he was under me, and then I seen the trail of oil, but he got in it too, and I don't know. I don't know if he would have had another lap because there's a lot of oil dumped down there.
I know that you would have liked to maybe have a better heat race performance tonight, but and that's such a big deal. When you're running passing points, you get a good front row. I mean, you get a good bid for this deal, but nonetheless, you flex your muscles, show how good these IRP race cars are. You had a bunch of them right there in the top 10 as well.
Yeah, every weekend's a good weekend for IRP. Denny won the modifieds. We was running good in the limiteds, but those 2 guys in front of us were just as good, if not better.
I'll say, man, these last few weeks for you won 1,000 last week at the Cajun Classic in the limited. You finished second in the A main there to Justin Whitehead. You won 2,000 at the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship. It's just been a really good year in this limited and really good here. I know you wanted to cap it off with a big win, but I said something a moment ago. 3 different chassis brands were in the top 3. I know Eddie Martin would be pretty happy having a second place finish tonight. And I know you're just as happy as well.
Oh yeah, they're all good cars. Good drivers get behind them. You never know who's going to come out on top. We're just trying our best to try to get there, and they're just 2 better cars in front of us.
Give you a chance. Thank everybody who helps you out in your racing program.
IRP race cars, East Texas Holland and Rigging, PTS motors. I know Michael's got one. I still say it's the best motor we could have under the hood. DK powder coating, East Texas plating. Got cheap Mac Tools, Robbie Bradley, and I believe that's it.
That's it. Nice talking with you, Jason. Good run tonight.
Thank you, Zach.
Racing Jason Ingles comes home a solid 3rd place here at his home racetrack and the big 3,000 inaugural LoneStar Limited Modified Nationals, and good sportsmanship shown. Stroman shaking Robertson's hand. Ingles headed